Hello, everybody. In today's lesson, we're going to finish up Module 9, Lesson 9.3. And in this lesson, we're going to be talking about order of operations. All right, so exploring the order of operations. You'll recall that the order of operations, number 1, perform operations in parentheses. 2, find the value of numbers with exponents. 3, multiply or divide from left to right. And add or subtract from left to right. And so you're probably familiar with the acronym PEMDAS. Okay. But I like to write it like this, so it reminds me that if I only have multiplication and division left in a problem, I am going to go left to right. And if I only have addition or subtraction left, again, I'm going to go left to right. All right. So let's look at our first example. Amy and 3 friends launch a new website. Each of the 4 friends emails the web address to 3 new friends. These new friends forward the web address to 3 more friends. If no one receives the email more than once, how many people will receive the web address in the second wave of emails? All right. So in the first wave, Amy's going to send it to 3 people, right? In the second wave, each of these 3 people are going to send it to 3 more people. For a total of 9, right? Okay, so use the diagram to model the situation for Amy. Each dot represents 1 email. So 1, 2, 3 friends that she sends it out to show how many emails are sent in each wave of Amy's diagram. In the first wave, she sent 3 emails. So that would be simply 3 to the first power. In the second wave, there were 9 emails. And that was 3 to the second power. 3 people times 3 emails. 3 people times 3 emails. 9. So Amy is just one of 4 friends initiating the first wave of emails. Write an expression for the total number of emails sent in the second wave. So that basically are saying the number of people, 4, times the number of emails in the second wave, written as a power of 2. Written as a power. So it would be 4 times 3 squared. So identify the computation that should be done first to simplify this expression. All right, so do we multiply 4 and 3 first? Or do we find the value of 3 squared first? Well, let's look back. Parentheses, do whatever's inside parentheses first, whether there aren't any in this case. 2, find the value of numbers with exponents. Well, there is a value with an exponent. So that's what we have to do first. We have to find the value of 3 squared. So the value of the expression is 4 times 9. And 4 times 9 then is 36. All right, let's look at page 252. In part B, why does it make sense to write the number of emails as powers? And what is the pattern for the number of emails in each wave for Amy? Okay, so by writing the values as powers, you can see the exponent is equal to the wave number. Okay, and so that would be 3 to the first for the first wave, 3 squared for the second wave, 3 to the third for the third wave, 3 to the fourth for the fourth, and so on. Okay. Okay. So in our case, again, it's 3 to the first. That means that in the first wave, there's going to be 3 emails. In the second wave, we have those 3 times the 3 emails they're sending. Then in the next one, we have these 3 plus the 3 emails that the second group of 3 sent. So we have 3 sets of 3, and so on. All right. So evaluating numerical expressions. A numerical expression is an expression involving numbers and operations. And you can use the order of operations to evaluate numerical expressions. So let's evaluate each expression. We have 5 plus 18 divided by the second power of 3. Well, looking at the order of our operations, we have addition, division, and we have an exponent. So parentheses, the value of the exponents, multiply or divide left to right, finally add or subtract left to right. So the first thing we want to do is simplify the exponent. So 3 squared is 9. So we're going to rewrite everything else. 5 plus 18 divided by 9. Now we have addition and division. Well, division comes before multiplication. Before addition. So we're going to have 5 plus the quotient of 18 divided by 9, which is 2. So now we're left with 5 plus 2, and we just add. All right, in B, we have 21 plus the second power of 3 divided by 3. Well, we're going to go ahead and simplify the 3 squared first. So we have 21 plus 9 over 3. Now we're going to divide, because this means division. So 21 plus 3. 21 plus 3 is 24. And our third example, we have 6 times 2 to the third divided by 3 plus 1. We have exponents, multiplication, division, addition. So we're going to do the exponents first. 2 to the third is 8. So we're going to rewrite everything else, and we're just simplifying 2 to the third. So 6 times 8, divide by 3 plus 1. So we got the 8 from simplifying 2 to the third. Now we have multiplication, division, addition. Multiplication, division, addition. So multiplication or division left to right. All right, so the multiplication comes first in this problem, so we're just going to go left to right. So 8 times 6 is 48. Rewrite divide by 3 plus 1. Now divide. 48 divided by 3 is 16, and add the final 1, 17. All right, so let's practice. 7 plus 15 times 9 squared. 7 plus 15 times 9 squared. All right, so we have addition, multiplication, and we have an exponent. So exponents first. 9 times 9 is 81. Okay, so now we have addition and multiplication. Multiplication comes before addition, so 81 times 15. So we have 7 plus 1,215. So add that together, and we get 1,222. Okay. Number 3, 220 minus 450 divided by 3 squared. So let's look at this. We have a subtraction, division, exponents. We need to evaluate the value of the exponent first. So don't do anything to any of the other numbers, okay, or the operations. The only thing we're simplifying is the exponent. So 3 squared, 3 times 3 is 9. Okay. Now we have subtraction and division. We're going to do division first. So we're not going to do anything with the 220 or the subtraction sign. So 450 minus 9, divided by 9, which is 50. All right, so now we only have 220 minus 50. Yeah, so just subtract. 170. All right, let's move on to 253. All right, what about using exponents with parentheses? So remember to perform operations inside parentheses first when we evaluate expressions. So here we have 4 times the quotient of 9 and 3 squared. Parentheses is first. So we're going to evaluate 9 divided by 3 first. We're not going to do anything with the exponent yet. So 4 times 9 divided by 3 squared equals 4 times 3 squared. Where did we get the 3 squared from? 9 divided by 3 is 3 squared. So it's the same thing as saying 3 in the parentheses, right? Right. Well, there's nothing now to do in the parentheses. It's just 3 squared. All right, so 3 squared is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. B, 5 to the third plus the difference of 12 and 2 squared. Do what's in the parentheses first. So 12 minus 2 is 10. So 10 squared. So we have 5 to the third plus 10 squared. Do the exponents first. So 5 to the third is 125. 10 squared is 100. We didn't do anything with the addition. So 125 plus 100 gives us 225. And C, 8 plus the difference of 12 and 8 squared over 2. Do what's in parentheses first. So 8 plus 4 squared divided by 2. Do the exponent first. So 8 plus 16 over 2. Now divide. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Okay, so number 4. John wants to evaluate the expression the sum of 5 and 3 squared. As a first step, he writes 5 squared plus 3 squared. Will he get the correct value for the expression? If not, what should he do to evaluate the expression? Okay, so no, he's not going to get the same expression because he's supposed to do what's in parentheses first. So 5 plus 3 squared equals 8 squared. Which equals 64. All right, number 5. 5 times 20, the quotient of 20 and 4 squared. Evaluate each expression using the order of operations. So I have parentheses, multiplication, and I have an exponent. I'm going to do the operation inside the parentheses first. So we have 5 times 20 divided by 4 is 5 squared. Do the exponents next. So 5 squared is 25, and 5 times 25 is 125. Number 6. 8 squared minus the sum of 5 and 2 squared. Do what's in the parentheses first. 8 squared minus 7 squared. Do the exponents next. 8 squared is 64. 7 squared is 49. We didn't do anything with the subtraction. We have to do the exponents first. 64 take away 49 is 15. And number 7. 7 take away the quotient of 63 and 9 squared, divide by 7. Do what's in the parentheses first. 63 divided by 9 is 7. So leaving us 7 squared, divide by 7. Okay, now do the exponent. So 7 minus 49, divide by 7. Now divide. 7 minus 7, so we get 0. All right, 254. Number 1. In a video game, a guppy that escapes a net turns into 3 goldfish. Each goldfish can turn into 2 beta fish. Each beta fish can turn into 2 angelfish. Complete the diagram and write the number of fish at each stage. Write and evaluate an expression for the number of angelfish that can be formed from one guppy. Okay, so one guppy can turn into 3 goldfish. Each goldfish can turn into 2 beta fish. So that's 3 goldfish times 2. And then each beta fish can turn into 2 angelfish. So 3 times 2 squared will give me the number of angelfish. So if each beta fish can turn into 2 angelfish, then we can say 2 beta fish squared will give us the number of angelfish. All right, so let's complete our diagram here. All right, so one guppy turns into 3 goldfish. Each goldfish can turn into 2 beta fish. And each beta fish can turn into 2 angelfish. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All right, number 2. Writing and evaluating expression for the number of angelfish that can. So 3 times 2 squared equals 12. Number 2, 89 minus 4 squared times 4 plus 12. All right, so we have to evaluate the exponent first in this problem. So 89 minus, we're not doing anything with the subtraction, multiplication, or addition. We're just simplifying the exponent. So 89 minus 16 times 4 plus 12. Now we have subtraction, multiplication, addition. We want to do the multiplication next. So 4 times 16 is 64. So we didn't do anything with the subtraction or the addition. We just simplified the multiplication. All right, so now we have subtraction and addition. So when we're left with addition and subtraction, we just go left to right. So 89 minus 64 is 15, and 15 plus 12 is 27. Oh, apparently I don't know how to subtract, right? 89 take away 64 is not 15. 89 take away 64 is 25. And so 25 plus 12 is 37. All right, number 3. 6 times the quotient of 36 and 12 squared plus 8. So we have to do what's inside parentheses first. So we're not going to do anything with the multiplication, nothing with the exponent, nothing with the addition. All we're doing is what's inside the parentheses. So 36 divided by 12 is 3. All right, so now we have multiplication, exponent, addition. Do the exponent now. Don't do anything with the multiplication or addition. 3 squared is 9. Now we have multiplication and addition. Multiplication first. 6 times 9 is 54. Now we only have addition. So 54 plus 8, 62. Number 4. 4. 12 times the sum of 4 and 2 squared divided by 4 minus 7. So we have to do what's inside the parentheses first. Well, we have a parenthesis within a parenthesis. So we have to do the inner parenthesis first. So 4 plus 2 is what we're going to start with. So 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay, we didn't do anything else with anything, with any of the other operations. All we did was simplify this operation. Okay, so now we have multiplication. We still have parentheses. We have a parenthesis squared inside the parenthesis, divide by 4 minus 7. So now we're going to do the 6 squared, okay? Because we have to do what's inside the parentheses first, and we have to do exponents before division. So 6 times 6 is 36. Now, we have division left inside the parentheses, so now we're going to do that. 36 divided by 4 is 9. Now we have multiplication and subtraction. Do the multiplication, we get 108. 12 times 9 is 108. 108 minus 7, we get 101. Okay, number 5. We have 320 divided by the difference of 11 and 9 cubed divided by 2 times 8. We have to do what's inside the parentheses first. So we're looking here, and then within these parentheses, we have still another parenthesis. So we have to do that part first. So the parentheses within the parentheses first. So 11 take away 9 is 2. Okay. Everything else we're just going to rewrite. We didn't do anything with the 320. We didn't do anything with the division. We haven't done anything with this division or the exponent. And we haven't done anything with the multiplication. All we did was subtract, because that was on the innermost parenthesis. Okay, so now we need to do the 2 to the third, because that is inside the parentheses. And that comes before division. So 2 to the third is 8. Now we can divide and finish off the parentheses. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Okay, so now 320 divided by 4 times 8. We only have multiplication and division, so we're just going to go left to right. 32 tens divided by 4 would be 8 tens, or 80. And 80 times 8 is 640. All right, and number 6. How do you use the order of operations to evaluate expressions with exponents? Well, basically, we're just following the order of operations, right? So if there are parentheses, we're going to do what's inside those first. Then we're going to evaluate the exponents. Then we're going to multiply or divide, left to right. And then add or subtract, left to right. Okay, so basically order of operations. So if there's parentheses, we're going to do whatever is inside those parentheses first. Then we're going to evaluate the exponents. in the problem. Then we're going to multiply or divide left to right and finish with addition or subtraction going left to right. All right, so we're going to stop there for part 1. And when I see you next, we will continue and finish the independent practice on lesson 9.3. So until then, I will see you soon.